So we're going to start by coming into child's pose. So you can bring the knees together or the knees out wide and just gently bring your heart towards the mat and the arms out in front of you. And let's start with the palms facing down. So we're going to come into the breath for a few moments. You might want to sigh out the first 2 or 3. And just slowly bring your awareness into how you're feeling right now, this moment. Just noticing any pains or aches. Just appreciating how your body's feeling. No judgment. And as you breathe in, I want to see if you can feel that space in the ribs. Gently feel that belly pressing towards the thighs. And exhale. And again, as you breathe, and just notice the back of the body as well. Feel that space in the back of the ribs, noticing the pelvis, the sacrum. Try to encourage that stability and the breath in that side of the body as well. And as you inhale, just lift the forearms and the arms off the mat and come onto the fingertips. So just notice that sensation. I'm going to let some more people in. So when you come onto the fingertips in child's pose, you feel it more in the shoulders and the upper back. And see if you can breathe into the ribs at the side of the body, drawing them upwards towards the head. Really feel that length and space. So let's take one more inhale all the way in. And as you exhale, just gently release the hands and the arms back to the mat. I want you to slowly walk your hands to the right side of the mat. And see if you can draw that left buttock down towards the heels to maximize that stretch in the left side body. You can take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Just pull yourself deeper if that's what you want to do. What I want you to do next is take the right hand and bring it behind the body so you've got the palm facing up. So just wrap that right hand towards the left side of the waist if that's available. And as you inhale, I want you to take the elbow and draw it upwards. So we're just stretching into the front of the shoulder here on the right side. So it might be quite a nice stretch. Just take it where it's comfortable. Just breathe in, breathe out. And just slowly release in your own time. And when you're ready, gently bring yourself back to center. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And then we're going to slowly walk it out to the left side. So again, you can take the hand around the right wrist and just stretch into that right side. We're breathing a nice big breath into that right side body. And we take the left hand now. This time take the left hand around the waist, palm facing up. And just breathe into the top of the front of that left shoulder as you lift the elbow up. So just take it to where it works for you. Just breathe in, breathe out. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly release, bring that left arm back. And we're going to work our way back to center. And I want you to slowly start coming up on the inhale. Just bring yourself all the way up. We're going to take a few shoulder rolls. When you're doing your shoulder rolls, take your time. Really feel the scapula working up towards the ears, drawing back and coming down. You can take the arms as well, it's up to you. And then let's take a few in the opposite direction. Nice. And then we're going to inhale as we take the arms up, take the gaze up. Really feel that length in the upper body. Exhale to release. Take 3 more. And slowly come back. And we're going to just stay on the mat for a little bit. We're going to come into frog pose next. We haven't done this one for a long, long time, if ever actually, I can't remember. So when you come into frog pose, I'm going to come to the front so you can see. You want to have your legs out wide. You want to have your hips to hips here, just above the knees almost. And then you're going to just bring the legs out a little bit, as much as it's comfortable for you. Bring the forearms onto the mat, and we're just going to stretch. And what you're stretching are the inner thigh and groin muscles. It's a deep stretch. And you can release the feet and you can flex the feet as well. It's a really good pose if you're working towards straddle splits, so side splits. And it's also a great pose for just when you're sitting down and working all day. You can come down a little bit deeper if it's there. Entirely up to you. It's a strong stretch. And if you're in any pain or discomfort, you can come out of it. Don't forget to breathe all the way in, all the way out. Just take a couple more breaths out. And when you're ready, I want you to really carefully support yourself as you come back up. And gently draw the knees in together. So you will feel it. It's quite uncomfortable when you're coming out of it. And I want you just to sit back onto the heels, onto the bum, sorry. Bring the legs out in front of you. Point the toes away from the body. Hands either side, fingers pointing towards the toes. I want you to inhale as you lift yourself up, coming into reverse plank. So it's quite a nice counter pose to that. Take one more inhale and exhale, tuck the chin in as you slowly drop the hips. I'm going to come into our tabletop position. And from here, we're going to take our cat-cow breaths. So we're going to tilt the pelvis as we inhale. So tilt it towards the mat. Draw the belly down as the shoulders come in towards the spine. Gaze comes up. Exhale. Let's reverse that motion. Take your time. So we're going to just take care of your back here, particularly the lower back. So make sure that you're avoiding that pinch if you can. So you might want to just put your hand there as well, just to sort of flatten it out a little bit, create a bit more space. Let's take a few on the fingertips. You can take a few from side to side, whatever you need. And just take a couple more. I'm going to come back to our neutral spine. And when you're ready, I want you to lift the knees off slightly. So just come to your hover point. Engage the core. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, the balls of the feet rather. And stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And relax. For 2 breaths. And let's take it again. So we're going to lift those knees up a little bit off the mat. Find your hover point. We're going to stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And what I want you to do next is bring yourself into your plank pose. Just hold your plank pose, draw the heels away from the body. Just hold it here. 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Drop the knees. And just come back into child's pose for a few moments. And what I want you to do next is to bring yourself back into your tabletop position. Tuck the toes under and inhale as you lift the hips all the way up. So we're coming into downward facing dog. So pedal the feet, bend the knees. And we're going to externally rotate the upper arms. So we're creating space in the shoulders. Inhale as you lift the heels. Exhale to lower. And again. And one more time. Just breathe in. We're going to take 3 lion's breaths here. And as you inhale, I want you to lift that right leg in the air. Flex the foot. Let's bend the right knee. And we're going to bring that right foot to the outside of the right hand. And we're going to come into lizard pose for a few breaths. We're going to do it in a yin style because we'll stay here for a bit longer. So it's dragon pose. You can drop the back knee if you want. You can come onto the forearms. It's your choice. You can always change your position if it's uncomfortable or painful. The idea of yin is to try to surrender into the pose for a few moments. We're going to slowly start coming out of it in a couple of breaths. So when you're ready, you can come onto the hands if you're not there already. Find your grounding. And then I want you to lift that back knee if it's down and slightly bend the elbows as we shoot that right leg back. And I want you to come forward into your three-legged plank. You can drop that right foot at any time. And then just lower it down through a three-legged chaturanga. And we're going to come back into downward facing dog. And then from here, I want you to lift that left leg in the air, flex the foot. Let's bend the left knee, bring the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And we're going to do dragon pose on this side as well. So just take a few moments to find yourself on this side. It might be different. So remember, you can adjust it at any point and then try to settle in for a few more breaths. We're going to start coming out of it in a couple of breaths. So bring yourself back onto the flat hands. We're going to lift that back knee if it's down. Just gently bend the elbows as we shoot the left leg back into three-legged dog. And if you want, you can come forward into three-legged plank and then bend the elbows as we lower it down. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And from here, I want you to slowly drop the knees. And we're going to do one more yin pose, and it's working into the shoulders again. So I want you to come onto your belly. We're going to work into the right shoulder first. So take the right arm behind you, put the front of the right shoulder onto the mat, and then turn the body to the left. And then from here, I want you to bend that right knee, and that left knee is just bent towards the sky. You can adjust the legs in a way that suits you. I want you to feel the stretch in that right shoulder. I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer. So if you need to change anything, then you can do that. So remember to keep that breath going. Try not to stress too much with the breath. It's just that anytime you sort of feel your mind is wandering or drifting, just bring it back to the breath as many times as you need. Okay, so we're slowly going to come out of it. And we're going to come to the other side. So just turn your body the other way. Bring that top front of the left shoulder onto the mat. It might be different on this side, and that's perfectly normal. No. We're going to stay here for a little bit longer. So if we need to make any adjustments, and please do so. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly come out of it. So take your time and just support yourself back up. And we're going to meet in tabletop. And then from here, we're going to come into our plank pose. So we're going to play with plank for a few moments. You can stay in plank, you can drop the knees, or you can come into side plank. So I'm lifting the left hand up first. And then from here, we're going to work into the shoulders. So we need to reach that left arm towards the right. So we're stretching into the left side body. And I want you to wind it back behind you and open it out again. So we're just working into the shoulder. Then you can take it in the other direction as well. You can adjust the feet at any point if you feel a little bit unsteady. Just hold it here. And when you're ready, slowly come back into your plank pose. Just take a couple of breaths here. And we're going to take it to the other side. So lift the right arm off the mat. Now we're going to stretch that right hand up and over. So we're breathing into that right side body. And again, we're going to take our circles. Really feel that shoulder working here. And we're going to take 3 in the other direction. And just hold it in the stretch. And come back into plank pose. And then from here, we're going to drop the knees and come into child's pose for a few breaths. So it's good to rest between each bit we do. We're going to just take a few more breaths, and I want you to meet me in forearm plank. You're going to bring the forearms onto the mat, take on opposite elbows with the hands to check that you're roughly shoulder distance apart. Bring the palms onto the mat and just bring yourself out. You can stay on the knees, that's absolutely fine. And just lift the chest up, so we're creating that space in the shoulders as well. So what we're doing here is we're working into the triceps and the core and the shoulders. I'm going to hold it here. And then you're going to rock back and forth a few times as well. So these are really strong shoulder strengtheners as well. Now we're going to come back. Let's stay here for 5 more breaths. When you've done your breath, you can drop the knees and slip back into child's pose for a few moments. You're doing really good, guys. Just rest it in child's pose. When you're ready, I want you to come back up into your tabletop position. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips up, coming into your downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to slowly drop the elbows to hover and lift. So we're working into the triceps still. When you do this, try to see if you can keep that strength and stability in the back. Just take maybe between 5 and 10. We're going to take a nice deep inhale in downward facing dog. And as you exhale, gaze between the hands and let's slowly walk the feet towards the hands. We're going to come into our ragdoll for a few moments, so just shake it out, swing it out, whatever you need. Take hold of opposite elbows. I want you to shake the head, nod the head. Really feel that neck loosening up. And then slowly come to your point. Take the hands wherever they meet, the mat, the toes, the knees. And as you inhale, just lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale to release. Just flow through a few more. Bend the knees if you need to. When you're ready, let's start coming all the way up. So take your time, breathe with it. Lift the arms up overhead, come onto the tiptoes if you want. And release. And let's make our way into Tadasana, mountain pose. You can keep the feet together or a little bit apart. Look at your feet as you lift the toes, spread them out, bring them back to the mat. Shoulders away from the ears, arms by the side. Start engaging the back of the throat with your Ujjayi breath if you want. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step it back into plank pose. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, bend the elbows, hug them in. And then inhale, you open the heart. Watch the shoulders now. Exhale, downward facing. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, gaze up. Exhale to release. And inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Hold it here for a little bit longer. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's take one more inhale. As you exhale, let's lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. I want you to lift that right leg in the air and keep the pelvis nice and neutral. Bend the knee and straighten. Bend the knee and straighten. Flex the foot. I want you to bend the knee and bring that right foot between the hands. And we're going to leave that left hand on the floor as we twist to the right. Nice strong shoulder on the left. Lift it up. Keep it stable. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. As you exhale, I want you to drop that right hand and walk the hands to the inside of that right foot as we come into a side lunge. So you can lift onto the left toes. You can have a little go at releasing the hands. Don't worry if you fall out of it, it's quite tricky. You can bring the hands to heart center. You can try whatever you want. We're just stretching into that left side, the leg as well. And then from here, I'm waiting to see if you can lift yourself up all the way to the left. You can use the hand to support you if you want. And just slowly bring the bum to the mat. Bring the left foot to press into the inside of the right thigh. Hands either side. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward over that right leg. Take hold of the foot if it's available. Do these poses with honesty. So inhale, lift. Exhale to reach. See if you can sort of discipline yourself in this pose. So as you inhale, really feel that space. And exhale to reach forward. And we're going to inhale as we come all the way up. Take the left hand behind you. Inhale as we shoot the hips up. Take the right arm up and over. Let's open the heart. And release. Bring the bum back to the mat. We're going to take that left knee. I'm going to lift it up towards the sky. Press that left foot into the mat. Take the left hand behind you. We're going to inhale as we lift through the right. And exhale as we twist over to the left. You take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Keep the right foot flat. So keep a neutral spine. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale to twist. One more inhale. Exhale to release. Let's take a little counter twist to the right. Nice. And then from here, I want you to take the hands on either side. Lift yourself up, coming into framing that front foot again. I'm going to drop that left foot back. And this time I want you to press the hands into the mat. We're going to take that left foot just slightly ahead. And we're going to hop up into our standing splits. And again, you can have a little go at releasing the hands onto that right leg. Keep breathing. Let's take one more inhale. As you exhale, bend the right knee and drop that left foot back. And we're going to inhale as we lift that right leg in the air, coming into three-legged dog. Option to stack hips. Option to wild thing, dropping that right foot down. We'll draw that heart towards the sky, nice and open. And let's come back into three-legged dog. Option to go through a three-legged chaturanga. And we're all going to meet in downward facing dog. You're doing really good. We're going to work through that on the other side in a few moments. So just stay in your dog for a few more breaths. Option to lower the elbows, work into the triceps. It's your choice. Maybe do between 5 and 10. When you're ready, like a nice deep inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk, feet to hands. Inhale, feel halfway in. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to release. Take a few moments. We're going to do the other side. Just find your Tadasana pose. Draw the feet into the mat. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway in. Exhale, let's step it back into plank. Hold it here. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, let's lower it down. Open the heart. Downward facing dog. We're going to lift that left leg in the air, bend the knee and straighten. Keep it nice and strong in the back. We're going to bend the knee and straighten. And this time we're going to bend the knees. We bring that left foot between the hands. We're going to lift that left arm up, stretching to the left. Remember, nice, strong right shoulder. Breathe in. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, we're going to release that left hand to the mat. And we're going to slowly walk the hands to the inside of the left foot, coming into our side lunge over on the left. So have a little go at releasing the hands. Don't worry if you fall out of it, it's just a little bit of fun. Stretching into that right leg. And when you're ready, let's lift all the way up over to the right. Hold it here. And then when you're ready, let's drop the bum onto the mat. Press the right foot into the left thigh. Arms, hands either way, either side even. Lift and lengthen. And let's hinge forward from the hips over that left leg this time. This is a really nice hamstring stretch. So a good stretch to the back. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Slowly come up on the inhale. Take the right hand behind you. Inhale as we lift the hips. Taking it towards the sky. And slowly release. We're going to bring that right foot pressing into the mat. Knee up towards the sky. Right hand behind you. Inhale as we lift and lengthen. And exhale as we twist over to the right. So you can keep that left foot nice and active. Just checking my alignment here as well, because there is a tendency to lean back because you think it takes you deeper into the twist, but it really doesn't. As you inhale, lift the upper body and draw the ribs up. Exhale to twist. One more breath. And one more inhale. And exhale to release. And let's counter it to the other side. Just a little twist. Nice. We're going to start bending into that left knee as we come to the top of the mat. And we're going to just drop that right foot behind us. What I want you to do from here is to hop up on that right foot in the air. So we're coming into standing splits on this side. So have a little go at releasing the hands. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly bend that front knee, drop the right foot back, and we're going to shoot that left leg in the air for three-legged dog. And you've got the option of stacking the hips left over right, and you've got the option of dropping back into wild thing. Remember to do the wild thing nice and open, draw that heart. And let's come back into downward facing dog. Option to go through three-legged vinyasa with that left leg up. And let's all meet in downward facing dog. Nice deep inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Let's take one more. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, gaze between the hands, step or walk, feet to hands. Inhale to the halfway lift. Exhale to front. Inhale to right. Exhale to release. Take a few shoulder rolls. We've got about 5 minutes to go because we did start 2 or 3 minutes after. We're doing all right for time. I want you to take the hands on the waist and I want you to bring that right knee in towards the chest. You can release the hands, take them around that right shin. Just draw that right knee in, flex the foot, rotate the ankle in both directions. Take the left hand onto the left hip and just open out the right. You can take the right foot if that's available. You can take the gaze wherever it's comfortable. When you're ready, just draw it back in and slowly release and just shake it out. And we're going to work to the other side. So press that right foot into the mat, hands to the waist. Just bring that left knee into the chest. Take hold of that left shin, draw it in, nice and strong. And then let's take it out to the left. Slowly draw it in and release and just shake it out. I want you to start bringing the feet mat distance apart. Bring the hands to heart center and slowly start lowering down into your yogi squat. You can use the elbows to take some more space. You can have a little go at crow pose. Just bring the hands in front of you and lift the hips up, come onto the balls of the feet. Tuck the knees in towards the armpits. So that can be on the upper arm. And just have a little go at shifting the weight forward. You can lift one foot off at a time. Weight the toes. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can cross the feet. And slowly release. Now I want you to slowly bring your bum to the mat. Bring the feet in together, open them up like a book. We're going to do one fold before we come into our final Shavasana. So lift and lengthen and exhale as we hinge forward. Neutral spine. One more breath and release. Take a deep inhale. Exhale all the way up. Let's slowly come up from the next inhale. Draw the knees in. We're going to come into our final Shavasana. We've got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes to go. Slowly bring yourself onto the mat. Before you come all the way down, just create that space in the upper body, and then we come down. Just take the arms out and the feet out. Now we're just going to start deepening the breath. Let's slowly start wriggling the fingers and the toes. And let's rotate the ankles and wrists in both directions. And draw the legs in towards each other and bring each knee to the chest. And give yourself a nice little hug and squeeze. Let's take a nice big stretch as well. And let's all meet in our cross-legged position in about 3 or 4 breaths. So just come there in a safe way. So you can come into lotus or half lotus. I'm still working on my full lotus. Woo! It's quite strong, I can feel it. Bring the hands to heart center and just keep the eyes closed and the face soft. We're going to end today's practice with 3 clearing breaths. We're going to bring the thumbs up to the third eye. And I want to thank you all for today's practice. I want to thank you all for joining me over the last few months in particular. And just remember, it's a really busy life that we all lead. So many things going on. But one thing I need to learn is that you don't need to do it all at once. The inner light in me will always honor the inner light in you. Thank you for today's practice. To unravel myself from my weak lotus pose. Thanks so much, ladies.
I needed to hear that. Thanks, Shabs.
No problem. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Have a really good weekend, but it's only Thursday. You know what I mean.
Really there.
Really. Take care, lovelies.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.